One of the things that Democratic candidates have been talking about, and Obama included, up through the primaries and then through the general election, is this concept of green collar workers. In other words, creating a breakaway from energy dependence upon other countries by creating industries in which there are locally based generators of energy and fuel. And this includes, I think, for both Obama and McCain, a look into that. I mean, McCain has been historically somebody who didn't say, you know, who said, hey, look, alternative fuels are a good idea. I don't think that Barack Obama is the only one that will look into that, but I think that he will focus on that much more. Also, you're going to see with Barack Obama, much more money going into that research and development. So not just research and development in the economy, but also research and development into energy. And you're going to see a lot of money spent on those things that are tried and true. Hey, this works. Let's build the economy this way by creating jobs. And at the same time, let's use this energy to break away from foreign oil dependence.
And this has been kicking around since Nixon's time, 30 years of this debate. The same things that Carter wanted to do are what are being discussed now. I do think one thing that Obama will do, because this is one of the areas where Democrats seem to be most united, is the desire to increase standards on automobiles. That 20 miles per gallon isn't good enough anymore. And so instead of, you know, by 2040 having some sort of really high mileage pickup, Democrats want to get it done tomorrow, and that's something Republicans are not as driven by. During the Republican process, or during the primary process, and now into the Sarah Palin time period since the conventions, drill baby drill has become the discussion of what they're up to. And McCain has come around to that. That has not been his position always, certainly on the offshore drilling aspects. I think another thing is what they're going to do about ethanol. And this probably goes back to tax policy as well. McCain has not been kind to the farmer in his plans. Cutting money includes cutting subsidies. And a lot of the money being spent to develop ethanol, Republicans are souring on quickly. In the case of Texas, I mean, Governor Perry is leading the charge to end ethanol as a fuel possibility because it's taking so much money out, or so much corn out of the food supply, it's raising prices. And the fact is, it doesn't really benefit states like Oklahoma and Texas who are not heavy corn producers. And so I think you'll see some sort of desire to drill, and I think it'll be curious to see how much traction T. Boone Pickens will get with his plan by either one. Wind power obviously is attractive to both candidates. Natural gas and cars, though, and T. Boone Pickens is the world's leading owner of natural gas reserves. I think that's something else entirely. And so I think that'll be interesting to see where either one of them goes. They're not terribly far apart, except for where they want to drill and how much they want to drill. McCain is not a George Bush, Dick Cheney Republican on energy. He is, to quote his own term, a rather bit of a maverick on this, which had been a negative until gas prices went up and suddenly it was a positive. And he was one of the first Republicans to admit there was global warming. So,
well, we appreciate you both for stopping by our CUTV studios. Is there anything else you'd like to add?
I have nothing.
Oh, well, we did both talk earlier and say that regardless of what happens, that people are voting is the best news in this election. That young people hopefully are voting the way they're predicted to have voted. That African Americans finally feel like somebody cares about them is a good sign. And if white America votes in higher numbers than it has as well, there's been a great deal of voter apathy. And so if people are actually turning out and getting involved in the process, hopefully this is not a one-time election, but the beginning of actual getting involved in the issues. And from that, you know, that's when real change does take place, because you don't just vote every 4 years. You work in the middle to get the things done that you want.
And above all, I'm a little D Democrat. I believe in democracy, in that people need to go vote, whoever it is that they're voting for. So absolutely, I agree with Professor Childs here. And as he was saying, we discussed it earlier, that this turnout is fantastic. I think they were reporting in LA County that by 1 p.m. today, 43% of all registered voters had voted. That's phenomenal. That's phenomenal for a place that you don't see that kind of turnout all day long. So.
All right, well, we appreciate again for you guys taking time out of your busy schedules and classes to come talk with us. We'd like to remind you to go to cunews.webpaint.com, take part in our discussion board, post up any blogs, and check out our live coverage. Back to you at the desk, Kyle.
And thank you, Cecilio. While our debate was going on, we have a few more states to declare for each candidate. Barack Obama has now won Michigan, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin, and Minnesota. And John McCain has won Alabama and North Dakota. The new electoral vote count for each candidate: Obama has 174 electoral votes, and John McCain has 49 votes. Obama is less than 100 votes away from the 270 required to win the election. That is it for our 7 o'clock break-in. We want to thank all of our, our 8 o'clock break-in. We want to thank our faculty members for coming in and doing our debate with us. We will be checking in at 9 o'clock with Dr. Justin Walton, who provides some more expert analysis for you on the Electoral College, as well as races going on around the country. Until 9 o'clock, this is Kyle Luters at the CU News Desk. We'll see you at 9.